The Spanish National Research Council, the CSIC, has prepared an action plan which will guide its activities up until 2009. This plan was drawn up in the context of the change in the CSIC's legal status, as a result of which it will become a state agency. Its mission is structured along 6 axes: generating and transferring knowledge, training researchers and technicians, promoting scientific culture and communication, fostering national and international scientific cooperation, and providing expert advice.
The aim of the National Research Council is to promote, coordinate, develop, and disseminate the outcome of scientific and technological research. By means of our multidisciplinary research activities, the National Research Council fosters economic, social, and cultural development, promotes people training, and provides advice to public and private institutions in different areas of research.
This action plan is a collective work on which over 150 external experts have given their advice and which brings together the views of all the levels of the CSIC. It was prepared from the bottom up, starting out from the various institutes and honed by each of the successive levels of the organization.
From a general format and guidelines, each institute and research center drafted its strategic plan. All the scientists actively participated, giving their suggestions and ideas. This process has supposed, in my opinion, an important step forward on the activities of the institutes, giving an important input.
In parallel with this process, a series of advisory committees were set up. These covered each of the scientific areas and were made up of international researchers selected by the EMBO and the ESF.
I was a member of a committee of 6 scientists from Europe and the USA who came to Madrid a year ago to evaluate the performance of 7 Spanish research institutions run by the CSIC in the areas of geophysics and astrophysics, astronomy.
After this scientific audit phase had been completed, the definitive strategic plan for each center was redrafted.
Once the strategic research plans for each institute was drafted, the scientific committee area drafted the research strategic plan for the area, bringing together the individual plans and resulting in a plan that is more than the sum of its parts.
Each of the horizontal units, which have cross-cutting functions supporting all the scientific areas, also prepared a strategic plan. After an exhaustive study of all the data, analysis, and proposed strategies from the centers and institutes, areas, and horizontal units, a global action plan for the CSIC during 2006 to 2009 was prepared. The action plan aims to bolster the CSIC's strengths. Its research capability, its public image, multidisciplinarity, the reputations of the people who work for it, and to redress its shortcomings in terms of infrastructure, human capital, and the independence of its centers. To this end, 10 strategic lines have been defined. The first of these are directly related to research activities and transferring research results. These include Frontera, which aims to promote top-quality scientific research; Transfer, which focuses on transferring research results; and Observa, which aims to set up research networks on transdisciplinary themes of scientific and social interest. Some of the other strategic lines concern the recruitment, training, and specialization of personnel. These include Incorpora, to bolster the institution's research staff and recruit new scientists; Sustenta, to increase the numbers and training of the research support and management staff; and Expertia, which focuses on research personnel training activities. The Reticula strategic line aims to enable the creation of new centers and institutes. The objectives of the Imagen and Divulga lines are to promote the image of the CSIC as an institution and bolster its scientific culture and science popularization activities. Lastly, Horizontes brings together all the institution's actions directed towards its participation in international projects and institutions. To enable the plan to be implemented according to these 10 strategic lines, a set of indicators have been defined to measure the extent to which its objectives have been met. This management model, designed to match the specific characteristics of research, makes it possible to define the future strategies of the CSIC's research centers. With this action plan, the CSIC will increase its funding by 40% and the licensing of its patents by 138%. Scientific output will grow by 33% over previous levels. More than 30 institutes will be created or restructured, and it is envisaged that over 1,000 new researchers and 1,200 support and management personnel will join the institution.
The aim of the strategic plan for the period 2006-2009 is to consolidate the National Research Council as one of the most competitive research institutions internationally. The aim is to turn it into a more competitive and dynamic organization that works as a knowledge generator and contributes to the coordination of the Spanish research and development system. This role as a coordinating instrument is reflected in a greater cooperation with the private sector, and the private sector such as universities, regional governments, technology centers, as well as a more intense outreach and dissemination activities that should promote economic growth and social welfare.